In today's video, we'll explore recreating the electric guitar tone from the song Open Up the Heavens as recorded off the live version by Meredith Andrews with Vertical Church. This episode came as a BMC supported request, so I've taken the opportunity to try out tweaking the 3.50 firmware cabs. There's actually a cool story behind the creative process, so let me break down how I approach recreating the tone with my Gretsch G6128 TCG and the Line 6 HX Stomp. First, let's see what we have going on. I had to be sure about the amp, so I posted a question and the screenshots from the video to Gear Talk PNW, where I know tube amp aficionados reside. The community did not disappoint. The folks behind the video production actually came through to share what was used in the video, and my suspicions were confirmed. The amp seen in the video is indeed a PV, but it's just a prop for the video. The real amps used were set up in an amp room, and a screenshot of them as well as details was sent to me. This is what we'll work with, a pair of matchless DC30s. Second, let's go to HX Edit and start tweaking the amps and cabs. As this picture is the termination of the signal chain, I know that the amps and cabs are the end, and the pedal board is front loading all the effects including delay and reverb. Quick tip, the telltale sign of pedalboard front loading is delay and reverb saturation, but as the electric guitar part is very mild delay and reverb, it's not immediately obvious in this song. I'm going to assume that the amps are set up identically since there's no big stereo spread of differing EQ with the electric guitar, which will speed up our workflow. To save DSP on a dual matchless amps rig, I'm going to use the Matchstick Channel 2 model. The tone I'm hearing is very bright, so I'm going to be turning down that cut control to 0 and turn the tone to maximum, ready to dial them down in case the end tone is too bright. Make sure to pan the split block and the merge block hard left and right so that the stereo image of the delay and reverb are preserved. Next, I load up a dual cab block, but since there's currently no matchless cabs in firmware 3.5, I'm going to use the next best choice, the Silver Bell 2x12 from the AC30 that is distinctly chimey. Make sure both cabs are identical. We're trying to replicate two identical amps. Here's where you might have to spend some time testing out the mic model and placement. Based on the picture, the mics are placed almost right at the cone, which accounts for why the tone is so dynamically present and in your face. I'm not sure what exact mics those are, but I know that I will have to choose mics that have punch and bite to create that sizzling top end. I settled on a very simple mic model and placement, SM57s set right at the cone center for maximum sizzle. Third, now that you've done the amps and cabs, it's time to tweak the effects. As noted earlier, there's not a lot of delay and reverb in the recording, so you can keep it very clean and simple. I tried a simple delay set to low mix and feedback, quarter notes, and the legacy plate reverb set to low decay to start with, if you want to remain faithful to the recording. Finally, the dry section. The tone isn't heavily distorted and there's no characteristic mid-hum from TS style overdrives, so I'm going to settle on my favorite combination of compressor and overdrive, which are very transparent. The Kinky Com set to a lower mix and the Tima overdrive set to a mild treble cut. If the overdrive tone is too hairy and has too much sizzle on your guitar, try turning up that treble cut control, which will darken it. Let's hear what we now have. I'd like to thank all those who responded to the query I posted on the Gear Talk PNW Facebook page. It's so cool that we can talk to the actual people involved in the production process. This preset will be available in my HX Stewardship Essentials pack, so for those of you who've downloaded it before, check your folder links for your free update. What about you? What's your tone crafting process like? Has firmware 3.5 helped your workflow and decision-making processes to come up with tones? I'd love to hear your stories and ideas in the comment section below. That's it from me, thanks for watching this video. Here on my channel, I'm committed to helping you get the best tone out of your gear, as well as playing your best for the Sunday service. If you're a worship musician on the same journey, consider liking, subscribing, hitting that bell icon, and sharing this video with someone whom you know could benefit. This is part of a video series I call Tonal Recreation. Not just because I get to recreate the tones I hear from recordings, but I also have fun doing it. I've done a few on Hillsong and Bethel tones, which has resulted in my Buy Me a Coffee preset packs for Line 6 devices, which you can check out in the links below. Check out the playlist too, and I'll see you there. Until next time, I'm Justin, and I'm all about worship guitar.